I'm your host, Dean Austin, D to the E, the A to the N. And welcome to this MuddaCluckin podcast, where there's all things funny, all things life. My guest today is singing duo st.oshun. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Right. All right. Looky here. Thank you so much for coming on this MuddaCluckin podcast. I'm happy to have y'all. st.oshun in the house.
Hey.
Now, I got a question. I have to do this for all the people who went to remedial, maybe public. But they want to say it right because some people probably say Oshun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people say ocean or
ocean. But Oshun is the proper way to say it. Sound right? Okay, just making sure. It's for all the black folks out there. It's easy because we all got a relative named Shoney. So all you gotta do is say, "Yo, man, you remember Shoney? Man, this next group, boy, they dope, man." Shoney ain't a saint.
Not to be confused with Shoney's. You remember Shoney's?
No, not Shoney's. We know Shoney's. Shoney's is like Denny's sister.
Yeah,
it ain't even right.
Stepsister.
Beat like distant step.
Yeah, that's right.
Very distant.
Man, so I got blazing, man. Y'all hot. You're singing. You got all your you got a new song coming up. You got a tour coming up. Everything is popping. Everything is popping. That is so beautiful. Now we met at a little coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you guys were still, what's that?
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. You guys are still living in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we were still living in Wisconsin. That's right. It was right before COVID. That's right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We
flew in for we were doing some writing sessions, right? That was that time. Mm-hmm. There's a songwriter out here even before we moved out here that we'd been working with, and so we flew out here to do I don't know if it was it a couple songwriting sessions, and we had just gone. We were staying in North Hollywood, and we just went to get some breakfast, and there you were.
Right, sitting across from you guys, thinking, "Look at this beautiful black couple sitting next to me, chopping up, looking all like celebrities." So I said, "Let me say something." And my friend that I was with, she don't even talk to me no more because she found out y'all can sing and I can't. So she was like, "You can't sing?" I said, "Nah." She said, "I got to go." I said, "What?" I said, "But girl, you ain't seen me tap dance though."
Right. Look at the cat.
Come on, Sammy.
Look, even the cat know I can't sing.
Right.
What's your cat's name again?
Mr. Fluffers.
Mr. Fluffers is a beat
with 3 Z's. You got to put some respect on his name.
FLUFFERZZZ.
Yep.
He's kind of like Zorro. FLUFFERZZZ. That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. So you guys made that big transition from Wisconsin to LA. How did that go? I mean, how was the move? Did you enjoy? I know moving. No one likes to move. We all hate to move, but you guys left home and came all the way to La La Land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a big process. We sold a house. That was the bigger hectic part of it. And that was a fail at least once. Like, when obstacles hit your way and you're like, some people will see the obstacles as like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this then. That's not what that means.
That obstacle just means push forward, right?
Yeah.
That obstacle, you said, let me just jump this obstacle.
Yeah, the obstacle means like, do you really want this? Really is really the question. So the closing went through only on the second round. But in the meantime, we were stuck in a lease here. And you're like, it's inflated already. And now you're paying on a lease you ain't even using.
Right. That's LA for you. That's LA.
Right. And then we drove a big old truck here with the trailer. You did the drive.
Wait a minute.
That was stressful.
What? So you slept while he was driving?
He didn't want me to drive because
Oh, that's
it was
so nice. That's
was,
so nice,
It
Charles.
was in December, and you got to drive to the mountains on the way here from the East Coast. Well, we was Midwest, but more way east. And we had the car on the back of a bigger truck, so it was very stressful. I mean, we took a few days to get here, but you can attest to that. And then even just getting here during COVID, I mean, it's already stressful. Right, moving is stressful. Then you move to California, that's going to be stressful. Right.
Now,
then you're moving during COVID.
I know you guys must have stopped somewhere. You didn't drive straight through.
Oh no. We had a whole plan. I think it took us 3 or 4 days.
That sounds
something
about
like
right.
that. But we had a plan. We had, visited some friends along the way, and we were on a schedule, but it was somewhat of a tight schedule. We didn't want to get behind because that truck costs a lot of money. You don't want to be returning that. You want to return that on time.
Right. You don't want nothing extra on the truck. You're like, you know what? We're going to have this truck back hopefully a little early.
We're going to bring it early. So.
Right. Y'all brought it back washed with gas. Y'all changed the interior.
Right.
Y'all tinted the windows.
He said washed.
They said you brought it back tinted windows. They're like, you must know Shody.
But yeah, it was a bit of a stressful move, but at the same time it was exciting. Yeah, we were really excited to actually do what we were dreaming of doing.
Good.
You know what I mean? And actually pulling the trigger, actually walking through it and moving through the journey. Because it's one thing to visit here, and I mean, you was born and raised on this end of the earth, so
correct.
It's not the same for Californians than it is the way we view Los Angeles and the entertainment capital of the world. I ran into a new neighbor who is from Jordan, and when I ran into him, we were on the rooftop, and our rooftop, one of them has a beautiful view of the Hollywood sign. And he said to me, where I'm from, everyone dreams of living here. And he's like, we're right here by the Hollywood sign. We're looking at it right now. And I'm like,
right.
It had been 2 years. So then, it kind of
right.
So I kind of got desensitized a little bit. I wasn't appreciated as much.
Spoiled. You're like, I belong here. Right. But you know what?
He brought me back to when we first moved here. And I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. People see, movies and entertainers and comedians and film and all these things, and just fantasize about Hollywood. What is it like?
That's true. That's true.
And so for us, it wasn't such an adventure.
And I want the audience to know this too. When she said rooftop, she meant it's like a patio. It's nice, not like you guys are on the roof escaping from somewhere or there's a fire.
Thanks for clarifying that, right?
He's on the rooftop.
We were blessed enough.
There was somebody chasing us, and then he said he was from Jordan. I'm like, oh, okay, no, rooftop. Y'all got a dope pad. Y'all got a dope crib.
Right. We were blessed enough to be able to move into a nice community that has a beautiful rooftop.
Beautiful. I've been there. It's nice. Very nice.
Actually, has 3 rooftops, but
look at that. They're trying to brag. We ain't got one. We got 3. Usually I hang out on number 2, but this time we was on 1 and Jordan was on 1. Because if you say rooftop, some areas, that means you have no place to live.
Oh,
he was on rooftop. Oh yeah, you better get from that. The cops coming. Now, the beautiful thing about that, you got No Cameo, you got all these hits. Now, 500,000. Which one is 500,000? Is it No Cameo?
No Cameo.
It's actually almost 700,000 right now.
Oh, excuse me.
700,000 tomorrow.
Break it down. Beautiful. Yeah, it was 500,000 not long ago. So that's
correct.
Beautiful. It's moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's moving, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is powerful. And now, excuse me, now you had a group prior to coming together as Oshun, right? You had it was the Charles
Walker Band. That's right.
Walker
That's how Fortune I met.
Yeah.
The Charles Walker band.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So you was playing, and she was like, "Ooh, that Charles Walker, he good at what he does." And then you like, "Well, you know, to come on over here. We get the rooftops." She's like, "What? We get the rooftop. We get upgrade from the Charles Walker. So Shun gets the rooftops."
Not really how it happened, but it's a good. That's a good story.
I like that. Tell people that story.
Tell people. You say it's a better story.
You know what? I was playing a saxophone, and I said, "Baby, one day we going to the rooftop, moving on up to the east side." That is hot. Saxophone, is it tenor?
Tenor saxophone.
Yes. I like tenor. I used to play alto way back.
For real?
Me too.
Yeah, back in high school.
You was a saxophone.
Yeah, I was saxophone. I used to do my solo. I was getting in. That's why I love to see Charles play, because it brings back memories. But of course, I wasn't on your level, but I used to play pretty much by ear too, because some of Grover Washington songs I would play. My mother used to have the album back in the day.
Yep.
Okay, Grover Washington.
Sit in front of the album,
playing Mr. Magic, weren't you? You were playing Mr. Magic, weren't you?
And now I did not notice about you, Portia, but you are a beast of percussions.
Yes, thank you.
I did not know that till I walked in, and I was like, "Who's?" And I noticed it was you getting it in. See,
you like who that? Wait, that her hands?
You've always had that gift, and I just thought it was just the voice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I picked that up. Gosh, when was that? It was a little bit after college. I'm trying to remember. Look, I can't even remember. But it was a close friend of mine who actually lives here now, but he's a close friend, and he's an amazing percussionist. And I was just fortunate enough to have a close friend that was also a master of percussion when I wanted to play. And he just encouraged me. I was like, "Oh man, I'll be watching you play. I always wanted to play." He said, "Buy some drums." That's all he said. He said, "Buy some."
You're like, "I'm going to go get some."
And I did. And it was a wrap after that.
So did you teach yourself, or
he gave me lessons. So nice. At first I was sort of kind of learning on my own until we started doing formal lessons. But it was kind of cool to learn on your own. Cause what's the word I'm looking for? You know how when you first start any instrument, I don't care, or anything brand new, it feels awkward, right? You're like, wow, how did they get that sound out of there? Or I'm trying to learn these different patterns. I was trying to learn this basic tumbao, and I hadn't had a lesson with him yet. And I don't know what the big holdup was, but he had given me, in the meantime, he's like, I think he was just too busy for like a whole month. And then he's like, he gave me this, it was a VHS.
A VHS. Look at all the young folks. What's a VHS?
Right. And I'm trying to think of what percussionist it was. Was it Giovanni? Hidalgo? I can't remember, but it was a VHS. And I had to learn. I was watching him play these patterns, but in my mind, I had to flip it. And then I had to keep slowing it down. I had it in like, I was reversing and I was like I was playing it half the speed, and it was all these things. Like it when I look back, I think to myself, like, dang, you had to really want to learn how to play them damn drums. Most people would have gave up. They were like, fuck this.
You putting in work, huh?
I can't do that. I can't do the F. They would have been like, F this. Like, I can't. No. So I had done a lot of the hard work before he and I had got together. He said, "Okay, I see you've been practicing."
You know, like, you ever see anybody play percussion and they have their shoes off and they wrap their feet around it? You ever see anybody do that?
That's the traditional way of playing. Is like put it between your knees and then
right.
And then you use your feet to like lift it up so you can get a bass note. And then you put it back down on the ground. I did not know that. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I thought they just wanted to have their feet out.
I mean, they
I thought it
might.
like I thought look for us. I thought the beat felt good on their toes.
That vibration.
Yeah, you like, man, this is good on my feet. I got sore feet. I put them right down there and start beating it.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
no
They start
problem.
massaging them with them vibrations. Mm-mm.
That is amazing. Congratulations on the views on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. We're
You know?
excited about that.
That's big. That's
It
huge.
is. It's really, I feel like there's a lot of I mean, this day and age, there's so many talented musicians and artists and people in the entertainment industry. There's a lot. It's a huge sea of talent. And it's very difficult to rise above the noise.
That's true. That's true. And you guys are doing it amazing and on amazing, a wonderful level because your hair's purple now. That's
Well,
also next level.
you got to change it up every
Last
now
time I
and
saw you,
then.
like this for the video right here, it was all purple, and I was like, "Look at that little smart looking."
I know. I was inspired by there was a costume that I had styled, and I was just inspired to do purple hair, And then I had it's gone now, but I had a little design on the side. Yeah, you know what? That was my first time getting one of those. I was a little disappointed that you pay all that money for a week and a half of something because it take about a week or a week and some days for it to grow back in.
That's the beautiful thing about Charles' head and my head. Our design is forever.
Yeah.
It stays smooth forever. You're gonna get the same price, the same look forever.
Yes. Always
But,
crispy.
I
but
said, well, we won't be doing that again.
well, that's
Unless
women,
it's a special occasion because I guess some of these guys do that. They like get these designs.
And I can tell you
$70, $100.
Yes. I can tell you two are in tune on the same page because look at that can that Charles has. Same color as your head.
Yep.
Oh, this buble or whatever this is.
The bubbly.
Bubbly. Whatever
Same
this is.
color as your
Buble.
hair. Buble. Oh, buble.
Buble. I don't know how they say it. Bubbly. Buble.
Bubbly.
You're so fancy.
Right.
Yeah, buble is in the white neighborhood and bubbly is in the hood.
Right.
Some bubbly.
No, Bubbles is in the hood. Bubbles is in the hood.
Bubbles is.
You know Bubbles is in the hood.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Stay around the corner.
Now, Wisconsin, the thing about so this is a crazy story. So Wisconsin, Wisconsin's son is in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm talking? Brett Favre.
What he did?
Oh,
Brett
he has
Favre.
about that.
He took money from the poor in Mississippi.
Oh.
Yes, he did some shady business. Yes.
What you mean he took money?
So what happened is he went in business with this guy, these other people, and these other people gave him money, and the money was tied up with, it was supposed to go to welfare and the people, poor people, right? But they took that money and it never went to them. It went to Brett Favre and that project that they were working on, and they knew it already, and it's all in the news and everything. So it's kind of sad because he got caught up.
Oh,
and now
man.
everybody's on him. But that's
Dude,
Wisconsin.
Did you need the money?
Nah, that's trying to be smooth, trying to be slick. You get caught.
You didn't even need the money. Greed.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But that's Wisconsin. That's crazy.
I know.
And
we always got the bad stuff putting us on the map. Jeffrey Dahmer done reared his head back up again.
Oh, he sure did. He all over Netflix. Jeffrey Dahmer, all over TV. I watch his documentary and I'm like, how you just fricassee brothers? How you just do that? How you just left and right? Just
no.
It's bad. It's bad. He said he liked dark meat and he meant it. And I'm like, that is bad.
Right. Between him and Brett Favre, they need to get
this. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, Wisconsin,
I didn't know that.
And I've performed in Wisconsin. You heard a place called Eau Claire?
Yes, Charles, you went to school there.
Correct.
You went to school there?
To college. He went to
I
college.
went to college there. That's where I
performed for the
studied
college in Eau Claire back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Oh, maybe he performed at his college.
I probably did. I had some great memories.
In Eau Claire. There's only one college.
Yeah, the major college. Yeah. And
oh my God!
Back then, I don't know how it was when it was predominantly white when I went. of course.
It was when I went to.
Okay. So I'm sure it probably still is, but
Probably.
I had a blast, and the other comedian picked me up in his car. This is the funny story. He picked me up in his car, and we're both struggling, trying to make it doing the road. He was opening for me, and I got in his car and said, "Hey man, I'll give you a ride to the next gig." I'm like, "All right." So I get in the passenger seat. I swear to God, there was no floorboard. I had to put my feet. I had to put my feet on both sides by the stick shift and by the door. There was a hole right in the middle. It was like yabba dabba doo. If I put my feet down, I'd lost all my toes.
Oh,
And we drove from Eau Claire to where we drive to, Fargo or something. I don't know where we.
Oh,
was it
wow.
cold?
It was cold. So I had cold whipping up between my legs. I had to watch out from losing toes.
Oh,
wow.
I'd be like, thanks for the
I
ride.
was like, yeah, man, that's cool, but I don't think I want to go back though. I think I'm gonna take Greyhound back. You go ahead, man,
that's right.
because you have a floorboard. I have nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Now I know the weather's the major difference between LA and Wisconsin. What's the major difference that you see between Wisconsin and LA that stands out to you more than the weather? Because I know weather is one of the main things, but what is the diversity? What is it that makes you say, wow, this is totally different or so out of the norm because you guys been in Wisconsin so long and now you're here? What do you notice? What do you see?
Do you want me to go? You want to go?
You go ahead.
I mean, it's just two different worlds. I mean, it's literally two different worlds. I would say the things that are good about Wisconsin, the number one thing is people are very friendly, generally speaking. And if you need help, like if you had a flat tire or you needed a jump or something, you could probably get somebody to stop and help you. In LA, good luck. Good luck.
I think it's like it's too many people from different places, and what's the best way to say it?
I'm gonna interject something. I think people get caught up here because what happens, they come here, right, from wherever, and people do have a tendency sometimes to turn Hollywood. It's
maybe that's what it is, and they think they're supposed to behave a certain way, and so they project that, and it's like, no, right, you can still be a human. You can still connect. Right. You can still.
Right. I'm from Northern California. When I moved here, I had a truck back in the day, and my truck broke down right down by the 405 freeway. Do you know people just kept going past me? Nobody stopped for me.
Well, my friend Dana, remember when that guy was following her? Mm-hmm. Or it was a guy or two guys in this neighborhood, and she was trying to get help from anybody. And people were ignoring her like they didn't want to get involved. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally different. I've stopped many times for people and help get out my car and push their car to the closest gas station. The gas station be across the street, and no one would stop and help them, right? And I'll get out my car and help them push the car right over to the gas station. But I think that's what you should do because, you want somebody to help you if it happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like people just have their blinders on. They're either too afraid to get involved, they don't know how they're supposed to act, or they just get Hollywood. I feel like they're like, well, I'm in Hollywood, so I should act a certain way.
Right. And some people get scared because they're here, and whatever small town they're from, they feel more safe. So they come here and they think it's crazy because it's so big, and they go, oh man, maybe some cuckoo birds out here, so I don't want to help anybody. But back in Butte, Montana, people help me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that can happen.
Yeah.
Too.
So that is a huge difference. That is, I mean, what else besides the weather?
I would say because I'm not here to talk bad about LA. Like I do love being here. That was just the first thing that pops in my mind. That's a big difference. I'd say one of the big advantages here is entertainment is taken very seriously. Like where we came from, even though we were full-time.
Oh my God, I was going to say that too. Go ahead. Yeah.
Even though we were full-time musicians, everybody, if they were meeting us for the first time, well, we'd be like, oh yeah, we're musicians, we tour and we write music and whatever, and they'd say, oh, that's nice. So what's your like literally
right
dismissed like that entertainment could
and I
be
feel
a career.
like other cities are that way as well. It's just
like
you
what you
can't
do doesn't
challenge
matter.
the status quo, like
Right.
so if you say anything like actor, comedian, anything in entertainment, film, even if it's behind the scenes, like for some reason in their mind it equates to, oh well, you can't make a living off of that, because they don't
Right.
understand that you actually can make a living off of that. But yeah, just to bounce off of what you said, what I love, and I noticed the difference is, I was just discussing this with one of my neighbors. She is in the entertainment industry as well, but she makes her money not in entertainment right now, right? Because when you get here, I mean, you got to do what you need to do, right?
Right.
But what I love is, I told her, I said, because she was just expressing like her parents are like, how long are you going to be waitressing? What people don't know is like waitressing and being in the service industry here, you make way more money you do anywhere else.
Right,
So like, don't sleep on it. Number one,
that's true.
Don't
That's
sleep.
true. I agree.
You be making some
Depending
jack.
on where you are. Correct.
Here, the minimum wage ain't no $2.33, and you relying on tips. That's not what it is here. It's way more, $15, $17, $20 an hour plus the tips. So
right, and tips can be a lot more than what you
exactly.
your
So
wages.
I don't even know why they tripping, but her parents were like, when are you going to be working in your career? Like, you say you want to be in entertainment, and I was like, you know what? That's interesting, because people that don't live here, they don't get it.
Correct.
And I said, case in point, most people, when you ask them what they do, they not going to say, oh, I wait tables. There's two people I can think of. They're not going to say how they're actually making money to pay their bills. They're going to tell you what they're aspiring to do, right? So case in point, our friend Kenyatta.
Mm-hmm.
When we first met her, she said, I'm a writer. We're like, oh, okay. So we connected with her. We became friends with her. She actually helped co-write No Cameo. And it wasn't until later on down the line, we're like, oh, you a nurse? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, this girl a nurse. Second case in point, my friend, the one I was just making reference to earlier, her name is Sammy. Sammy, when I first met her, well, what do you do? Oh, she said she was in the entertainment business as well, doing some label stuff with artists. In the meantime, this whole time, it took me like a month of getting to know her, that she works at 2 restaurants. So the point I'm trying to make is bouncing off of what you said. Nobody freaking cares. You remember the time they tried to drag? I lived in Wisconsin when they did this. They tried to drag, what is that actor's name that was that was on the Cosby Show?
He played Sandra's husband.
Yes.
Because he was working at a Trader Joe.
Yes, I remember.
They tried to drag this man. Yes. And I'm like, you know what? People don't understand Hollywood. Like, we all are here working sometimes regular jobs. You don't know somebody cleaning the toilet. You don't know. But it really ain't none of your business, because we don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody freaking cares. Like, all we care about, I feel that the culture here in the entertainment industry is, nobody is asking you like that girl's parents was asking her, or people dragging you because they saw you working at Trader Joe's. Nobody care. Don't nobody care. Oh, you act though? Okay, let me get your information about acting. Oh, I saw your reel on blah blah blah.
Right.
Nobody, so I find that a big refreshing difference, to be honest, because
yes, I can see
there is a lot of money here. If you just happen and trip upon a how many film sets have I ran into around here, especially during COVID? It seemed like there was a bunch of them outside.
Right.
And you see how much money and resources and time is spent on one scene.
Right.
You be like, dang, that's a lot of money out here. That's a lot of money.
Right.
You see them box office numbers.
And that's so true.
It's a lot of money in the city. And the only people that understand that there is not only is there a lot of money, but it's bountiful and plentiful for everyone. Like it's a lot of money in the industry. So in the meantime, while you're just trying to, because of inflation, you're just trying to pay your rent and everything. The understanding is also, oh yeah, you could totally get a job as an actress. Like we need a lot of actresses. So
right.
But meanwhile at home, everybody's like, there's no way you can make money at that. You know this, right?
And you have to look at like this back home. People, the reason they are that way because they don't have a dream or a vision to do what you do.
They don't.
So what they do is they think it's impossible. They may have a dream.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And they may have the
too.
vision to do it, but they just don't have the cojones to go out and make it happen.
That's so true. That is true.
And sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes people are jealous because you done stepped up your game, moved out, and they go, well, you ain't no real this because you ain't this and you don't have that. But that's only because someone's hating, and that can happen a lot too in smaller towns.
That is so true. They can't see it for you because they don't see it for themselves.
Correct.
Their limited thinking has them not believing that anything like that is possible. So of course they're gonna try and drag you down. Like that's not even possible.
Right.
Or they wish they had the balls to do it.
Correct.
They wish.
But they wish they had the balls to do it. But when you leave town, they go right down to their little local bar, down to Piggy's bar, and all they do is talk about you and talk about how they would never do that because they need to work and need to eat. We don't know how that person's doing it, but it's all because they're projecting their negativity out on other people.
They are. You don't want to even know how many people we told when we were moving here. They was like, "Why would you move there? It's expensive. You could reach your goals here before you move there. Aren't you afraid of the expenses?" I'm like, listen, if I was afraid of the expenses, that's what stops you in your tracks.
Correct.
Like, why don't you just, instead of being worried about the expenses, first of all, how many people out here figuring it out? Like, why can't you be one of those that's figuring it out? Like, just don't be afraid and figure that shit out.
That's true. I agree.
But I was surprised after 1 year being here because we just came here, put our head down and started working. I wasn't even worried about the haters. It was just like, this is just something we need to do. Not, we ain't trying to like pay attention to all the other riffraff around us. But then I began to be surprised about people that would come out and say, I've been watching you for a whole year now, and we're rooting for you. Like, as if to say, this is inspiring to me. Like I would have never thought to do this, ever in life.
Right. And you're inspiring other people. Of course, you're inspiring these young generation, these kids coming up. They see you doing it and they feel they can do it because you set the bar and let them know, look, it's possible.
Yeah.
And people, you don't realize the lives you touch doing what you're doing as an artist. I know you guys don't. And it's so powerful. And then you go on the road. This is the powerful thing about those same people that say, well, you shouldn't go. And, I don't know how you could do that. When you come back on the road, come back and go on the road to wherever, the same people they love you.
I
Same
know.
people like, oh man, I knew you was going to do it, son.
Not that I knew you was going to do it. Right. That guy.
Do it. But that's the same one I was talking about. I don't think they should go.
That cousin. Right.
That's what's crazy.
But ain't nobody supporting you till you
make they support you
hit certain milestones.
Look,
they be like,
they support you when you gotta pay.
I always knew you was gonna make it.
Right. They support you when they gotta come out the pocket. I'm support. Yeah, I always believed. How much is the ticket? I always believed in you. Yeah, Now it's funny. Now doing my podcast, I do something called RQT time, which is random question time. It's a random question. You answer it and you explain why.
I like random.
Random questions. It's off subject, has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're kind of sort of because you guys are musicians. So I made a musician question.
Okay.
All right. So, and you can each answer or you can answer together. It doesn't matter. But you need to explain why. For $1 million, now you're getting $1 million cash in a suitcase for $1 million buckaroos. They want you to do a show. Now you have a choice between two places. You could do a show for the royal family for $1 million, or you can do a show for the federal prison system for $1 million. Which venue would you choose and why?
I'm going for the prison.
Me too.
Okay, all right, and explain why.
Well, both of my parents have history with the prison.
I knew what she was going to say.
Well, she broke it down. You broke it down.
Shody, they were both incarcerated, like both of my parents. Like, if y'all want to know anything about my past.
Hey, I love you. That's beautiful. Break it down. Break it down.
But one of my parents, my mom, even though she was incarcerated, she had a second chance at life, and she was that girl. Like, she went back to try and motivate and redirect these women. So I would just grab the baton from her and go straight on to this prison and minister with my songs.
That is beautiful. And Charles, what you said you would say the same thing. Why would you say that?
Because that old crusty family don't need us.
I love it.
The prison system does.
You know what?
So
you know what? You know what? I knew y'all was my friends, but I for some reason I said they're gonna answer this the way I'm thinking, the same way.
Wait, how do you think we gonna answer it?
The same that way. Yes.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yes. I said I'm pretty sure because it you have to look at not the fact that you're just an artist and you're doing a show for money, but why? I mean, the reason that you're putting that love and that energy out there, and they need it. And we've all done shows for people who are underprivileged, have no money, and just need to laugh or get out there and listen to some good music, entertain.
They need
connection.
It's different to like be able to see entertainment on a device.
Yes.
But when you get a chance to connect and you feel the actual frequency in the same room as that person, that's something fucking special. Oops.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
That's something just super special. And yeah, I wouldn't.
The
royal family got plenty of opportunities.
Yes.
They don't need.
Yes.
I would.
It's like it makes me think about the shows I've done on the road, right? And some of the best shows were the people that needed the most. So when we went to Iraq and we performed for the troops, whether you're pro-war or anti-war, that's not the point. The point is that these young boys, young men are out there in the middle of nowhere, and they need something to uplift them, something to move them, and they need a connection to make them feel alive because they feel like no one is there for them.
Or that nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Things. Right. So when you get out there, that show is one of the hottest shows ever. When you do something like that.
That sounds so fulfilling.
We did a show in Afghanistan, and we flew into this base to perform. And the night before, like 5 or 6 soldiers were killed the night before. So, the base was somber. Everybody was kind of sad. And it was just depressing. So when we got there, there was a lot of sad faces, and I couldn't figure it out. But then someone told me, and we were all waiting to perform. It was like a lunch show in their dining area. And there was this young brother. This brother was handsome, tall. He looked like a model. I mean, he could have came to Hollywood and just blew it out because he just had that look.
Yeah.
Tall, handsome, very, very, really in shape. He said, he said, I'm glad I stayed and watched you guys' comedy show today, but last night I thought about taking my life. He said that. And I was like, wow. He said, but I'm glad I didn't. He said, because I was able to see you and the other guys perform, and that actually uplifted me. That's through comedy.
Wow.
He was actually contemplating taking his own life.
Wow.
And if you look at him, you like, what? Why would you do that? You're a young, handsome brother. You have your whole life ahead of you. But it's that mindset of being caught up and feeling there's no way out, and then you lose your best friends and guys you've grown close to the night that just recently the night
you reminded him of why he needed to live.
Yes.
Why he wanted to live.
And there's so many stories like that we can talk about, and I know that you guys do the same thing, and as artists we are here to do that.
I'm so glad you told us that story.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Because I'm trying to think of the times, but there's been times where we've touched someone that was in a bad place or in a dark place. I mean, even No Cameo, that song. I don't know how many people have come to me like,
yes.
Ooh, I'm going through some stuff. That song is helping me right now.
What Spotlight was that was written for wasn't that, which one was the one about was it your sister?
No, that was
In Your Eyes. My
cousin. In Your Eyes. See, that's a prime example. I remember when you guys said we're gonna write this because of this.
Yeah.
And you did it, and it's powerful, and you did it for a reason. You had a purpose behind that music. You had a purpose behind those lyrics.
Yes.
And you touched not just her, but you touched other people, and you let them know that, hey, you can make it. You can survive. You're special.
You can survive, and we here for you. Like, we trying to lift you up. We ain't gonna give up on you.
We ain't gonna give up. And that's beautiful. So yeah, I don't want to get too emotional and teared up, but I might cry in a minute.
Take your time.
Right, you need a tissue.
Y'all always bring that out of me when I talk to y'all. Even if we barbecuing, I want to cry.
You just sensitive. It's all right. You just sensitive.
It's okay,
sensitive. Like Michael Jackson. He's sensitive.
It's
Now tell me a little about Mexico. Is there something brewing, or is there something you don't guys want to talk about? Is there something about
like for touring?
Are you, because I know you were thinking about something about Mexico last time we talked. Is there, is it?
I know. Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So yeah, we're this week we're recording a song with an Argentinian artist. We found out through the past few months of marketing where our demographics lie really strongly, and they lie in Central and South America. And so we thought we would lean into it. So the first step of that is to co-write a song with an Argentinian artist. It's an Afrobeat song. And then we're going to release that beginning of 2023. Nice. And provided that goes well, we'll then do a tour with him. Mexico is one of the countries. Next spring, we'll do a tour in support of that release.
Okay, so I'm gonna teach you 2 Spanish words. Do you guys speak Spanish? 2 Spanish words, so you'll know when you go.
Poquito.
That's small, right?
Yeah.
grande. That's big. But I'm gonna teach you 2. It's very simple.
Okay.
¿Dónde está el baño?
¿Dónde está el baño? Sí.
You need to know that. Where's the bathroom?
Yep.
¿Dónde está baño?
If you don't say the whole thing, if you don't say the whole thing, just say baño. They'll know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
¿Dónde está
baño? Mm-hmm. Other one, if you want to drink, if you want some alcohol, cerveza. Cerveza. Those 2. That's pretty much you. Look, those 2 you can survive.
The alcohol one, like that's
you don't even drink no more, dude. You don't even drink no more.
What's that?
Right? You stop drinking. You don't even drink no more.
No, I don't drink at all. I don't drink. Yes.
Why you gonna teach us that where you don't even drink?
Because I know if you're out and somebody say they want to buy. Hey, I say, "Donde está pastel?" means cake.
Where's the cake?
Where's the cake at?
Not the cake.
Or me gusta comida. I like food. Comida is food. Simple words. But some words in Spanish are similar.
Spanish speaking self.
Let me tell you some portion. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how. I'm gonna tell you this how I like why I learned Spanish and why it stuck with me. Is in the 10th grade I had to take a foreign language. I didn't want to do French because everybody say French is so romantic, but oui, pee. I don't want all that. I wanted something that I think we could use with Spanish.
All right.
And the Spanish teacher was gorgeous. She was fine. Charles, Charles, I checked that class twice. I said, I'm going. I cannot take it twice. He said, no, you're going to take it once during the, during the semester. I was trying to take 2 Spanish classes with her. Miss Pashota was bad. She was so fine, and I always remember talking so I can get attention in class. She always tell me shut up in Spanish. She always tell me cállate, means shut your mouth, quiet, shut up, or cierra la boca, close your mouth, cierra la boca. She would always say those 2 things, and I did it on purpose to get attention. Beautiful. And this is the sad part. This is where it gets really sad. Many years later, she's at another school. I stopped by to visit her. Y'all know she didn't remember me. That's when I had a tear in my eye. She said, you know how many black little kids I know that I taught? She didn't say that. They had a crush on me because I was fine. I know you was looking at my booty in class. I'm like, oh,
she didn't remember you.
I said, how you know? She said, because I saw you looking at my nalgas. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. All right, is what it is.
Now she remember you.
Now she remember me.
Oh, you was that one.
I was that one. But I was a good kid, man. I got good grades. I talked, and made people laugh in class, Is what it is,
Did you tell jokes in Spanish?
No, but I told jokes in English and got in trouble for it. But I told jokes in my history class, and that's how I really got in trouble. Spanish class, I was just being myself because I wanted her attention.
Right.
So yeah.
That's an interesting story. Oh my God, that's how you learn Spanish.
Yeah, I love Spanish. Spanish is great. I can hold a conversation with someone that speaks any form of Latin, Spanish, any form of Spanish, right? But some are faster than others. Like if you speak to somebody here in LA, they speak really slow. They talk like that, right? So it's easy to catch. But if you go to Spain or you go somewhere else, or even Argentina, it's faster, mucho rápido. So you got to slow it down,
Right. So maybe this is the best place to learn. They speaking slow.
Yes, this is the best place to learn. It's the best. When you hear it's that it's almost they make it like music, like slow.
Right, they singing it.
Right. But Spanish, real fast. It's like
Right.
So yeah.
And
you know what? This is dope. So check this. Before you guys go, learn a phrase in Spanish that you can say at the end of your show.
Ooh,
or somewhere during your show.
That is a brilliant idea. Like close it out with something.
It will kill. Spanish. It will kill because they won't expect it. And you have to say something nice like something like, thank you for coming to my show. We really appreciate it. You can say that in Spanish. Yeah. Learn that, or I love you all. Thank you for coming.
How you say that? How you say thank you for coming?
Say gracias. Gracias is thank you.
Right.
But you want to say it in a sentence though. You want to say it to where you have something to say, So yeah,
how do you say thank you for being
here? I would tell you, but the way I say it, it ain't.
Thank you for being here. We love you.
That's when I say it, it sounds perverted, so I'm not gonna say it because I say it. Okay, so let me say it like this: when you speak Spanish, there's certain things you say. If you don't say it with a certain type of dialect, it comes off wrong. Like I love you, or I'm in love, can be a big problem. So you don't want to say I'm in love on stage. You just want to say I love you.
Right, they might be like,
yeah, they be like,
they be looking around like
she's in love. Who's she in love with?
This is awkward.
That is so beautiful, man. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have you guys on my podcast and taking out the time because I know y'all busy. I know how y'all do because, I mean,
we appreciate you actually asking us to be on.
You got the rooftop. You got the rooftop. I had to ask. I want to come to the rooftop.
Number 2.
Number 2. Not 3, not number 1, but number 2, because that's where Jordan hang out at. You tell Jordan I said, what's up? I know his name is not Jordan.
Right, from Jordan, but
Yeah. All the same people.
Right. You still call him
Justino.
George.
I met Justino and everybody at your rooftop. That is so
That's
great.
true. Justino and Gabby.
Yes,
That's
yes. So,
so
met some really
true.
great people. You guys, when you do a show and you have a little, rap party or whatever, just hang out afterwards. It's always good people. So thank you guys for putting those on. You
Yes,
guys
I feel like
this-
we are so blessed when we came here.
Mhm.
That's one of the differences, to be honest. And I'm not even sure. I don't even know how to unpack that necessarily. Maybe I can a little bit. But when you were asking about the differences between Wisconsin and, besides the obvious weather, Wisconsin and here, we have way more friends.
Oh, another thing too is food. A lot of food here compared to Wisconsin, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
I mean, the vegan
diversity. Yeah.
The vegan tip is nothing on Wisconsin like it is here, right?
Oh no. No, heck no.
They look at you like you crazy out there.
But there's just so much good food. I mean, we just went to a restaurant downtown not long ago, and it floored us. We were like, they just kept like wowing us with each
Right. They present it to you like, bam.
With what do you call it? With each course, because it was like we had like, I don't know, about 4 tapas, and then we had this main.
So the presentation was off the chain.
It was everything, like the service, the food that was wowing us every time. I was like, what is happening? Like, this food is so good. Just when you thought that it was like, okay, we've had something really good. They ain't gonna do it 3 times in a row. Nope. This is so good. This is so good.
And another thing here is you can eat late. Because I'm sure Wisconsin, the things closed down.
No, we have LA beat on that. Y'all be closing everything down so early here.
Oh, really?
Clubs are closed at 2. Restaurants closed at 8.
I mean, that's how clubs are closed at 2 in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was thinking of Chicago, which is
so
now Chicago stays open late though.
You ever been to a place called not Curve? What's it called? Crave. You ever been to Crave? Crave is good. Guess how late they stay open?
How late?
4 o'clock in the morning.
Where's Crave? When I'm craving.
It's in Studio City.
Okay.
What do they serve?
Yeah, they serve everything. When you check it out, you're gonna be like, "What? You want some pancakes? You want omelet? And it's fresh."
Really?
Crave.
It's like a diner.
It's like a little cafe. It's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, look at. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna look that up.
I think it's because on the Hollywood and that side stuff closed, but there's places that stay open later.
Okay.
Mexicali Rose, which is Mexican, they stay open about 3 in the morning or something crazy.
Where is that?
That's Studio City.
Okay.
Yeah,
we don't never kick in Studio City.
yeah, that's right. You're a rooftop. Rooftop, you just look around. Look, rooftop, you look around and see what restaurants
is
open.
Studio City right through the mountains on the other side at the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all just look down. Oh, they closed. They closed. They about to close.
Really? Okay, so now we know.
So you got some good spots. So now you can hit some spots up, and we'll roll out there. I roll out there with you. Crave is nice. You're like Crave.
Okay.
You're like
Keep that
Crave.
in mind.
And Justino and them, Justino turned me on to a lot of vegan spots.
Right.
Yeah. He vegan sushi. I never had vegan sushi till I met him. And I was like, what is this? And it was good.
Okay.
But I didn't know what I was eating, but it was vegan sushi. It could have been, frog backs. I don't know.
Not if it's vegan.
It's vegan. Yeah, that's right. You get no eyes and no legs, no family, huh?
No relatives.
Yeah, you can't eat families.
No parents.
No parents, no kids, no
food,
no cousins.
no parents.
Right. Well, we got to link up again. Thank you so much for coming. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for sharing the mic and the screen here on this MuddaCluckin podcast. You guys are amazing.
Right.
And I want to tell you right now, whenever you guys perform, I want to be there yelling out words in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna when we link up, I'm gonna teach y'all some Spanish words so you can have some stuff to go.
Please do.
Just a few. You don't need a lot, just a few.
Yes,
but the good stuff. I'm not gonna teach you the bad stuff.
Only the good tour, we are gonna need a little lot, but yeah.
Like
one day at a time.
Well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful fall upcoming holiday season.
Yes.
Yeah, you too.
You know, and great shows. I'm there. So just let me know.
Yes.
I'll
you.
be there.
And
Keep us
congrats
updated for your shows too, please.
for real. Like
For sure. For sure.
yes, your shows, and then
I will.
and I mean, congratulations on this podcast. Like,
Yes.
let's go.
Oh, thank you. It's fun. I'm happy. I'm happy. I got to have, I don't have too many people from the rooftop on.
Well, we will hook you. We will make sure.
So when,
Yeah,
so
we'll
when-
connect you.
when the rooftop come on, I'm happy. Tell you that right now. And you tell everybody I said that too. Don't do these podcasts if you don't have a rooftop.
Wow.
If you ain't got a rooftop, don't even think about it. He only take rooftops now. Legit ones that you can sit up on, not because there's a problem.
Right.
You don't want a rooftop because you're looking running from somebody. That's a different type of rooftop.
Right.
But when you got a rooftop because you just lounging, looking at the Hollywood sign,
Right.
just chilling, having mimosas and a little cigar, chilling. That's all right.
Right, with
There
the
you
little
go.
fireplace.
There
Little
you go.
roasted marshmallows and
There you
what they
go.
call it, graham crackers, s'mores.
Oh yes, please and thank you.
And you can do that. That's vegan. You can do s'mores. You know that.
Yeah, if they're
Well, you
actually-
can get vegan marshmallows, but regular marshmallows aren't vegan.
Yeah,
they
not
have
the regular ones, right? You get the
gelatin in
vegan
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get vegan
Yes.
marshmallows.
I'm bringing some vegan marshmallows. I'm gonna tell Justino to bring vegan. I know they got some,
I'm sure they do.
They do.
I'm sure they
I've
do.
seen them.
and we'll make it hot. We'll make it hot. Thank you so
There you
much for
go.
coming out. Have a wonderful one.
Peace.
All right,
on the
thank
east.
you, Dean.
See you later. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.